at you, thinking of you when I run. Fade a little on down, and her fade a little on down, and her head went round and round. Oh, she thought I was okay, but he stepped off that train with a high hat, a piccolo, and a cane.
And we're live.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Fallout Hub. We are returning to you with a new episode. And this is going to be a very different episode than we normally do because we are playing the special summer games today. This is not a news episode. This is not an interview episode. This is an episode where the greatest contestants across the wasteland are going to duke it out for superiority in the special summer games. So welcome, as always. I am your host, Tom, or Robots, and I have with me Ken. Welcome back, Ken.
Hello.
Hello, and also
Hello.
Dave. Welcome, Dave. Dave's mic is not on. Turn on your mic, Dave. You disappeared.
Turn on your mic, Dave. Turn on your mic. Turn on your mic, Dave.
I just spent some time sacrificing some blood to the internet gods in order to get everything working again. And I guess maybe Dave has to do the same.
I'm afraid the demons have passed on to the house of Dave.
To the house of Dave. So while he's figuring that out, why don't I explain what we're actually doing? So we have a bracket set up, and it'd be really cool is if we could show it to our live stream audience. Is there a way that we could do that? Dave would know. Maybe Dave will set that up after.
I got you, fam.
Cool. All right, so we've got brackets set up. We have the Mid-Atlantic Mushroom Clouds versus the New England Neutrons. And these are brackets comprised of all of our favorite characters across the breadth of the Fallout games, including at least one or two characters that go all the way back to Fallout 1 and show up in other games as well. And what we're going to be doing is having a conversation where the three of us decide which character wins in a all-out battle, all-out one-on-one battle between each character in the bracket. So, for example, if you look at the top left, you will see Fox versus Butch Deloria, Butch from the Tunnel Snakes gang.
Not Butch DeLorean, Butch Deloria.
Butch DeLorean.
Butch of DeLorean. And we're going to decide which one would win in an all-out one-on-one battle between the two, and then that character will continue on to the next bracket. So, just kind of like how most of the stuff works until we are down to our top two, and we will decide the winner. Now, this is Dave, welcome back to the show. How's it going, man?
I'm glad to be here. Finally, they saved the best. You introduced me, and I'm here. I'm ready. I'm excited. We had opening ceremonies. I have a torch here. I'm going to light. Okay. And the torch is lit.
It's beautiful.
Look at that flame.
Go.
That's good.
I'm going to run it up to the...
Oh, Dave disappeared again. Bye, Dave.
Goodbye, Dave.
See you later.
We can't hear you, Dave.
We can't hear you, Dave. So, well, Dave's going to figure out his setup. Sorry for the technical difficulties, friends. Yeah, he's still trying to talk. You keep working on that, Dave. All right, so Ken, why don't we kick this off with some conversations?
Let's have a discussion here.
Yeah. Let's take a look at our first two. Like I mentioned before, we have Fox and Butch Deloria. I have some initial responses here as to what I think would happen if we had Fox and Butch Deloria in a let's paint the scene a little bit. We're out in the wasteland we have a bunch of raiders who have set up like a circular ring full of just pieces of metal and scrap and stuff like that, right? They've got some bleachers, they've got like a circular ring. You can't get out of the ring, and both of these contestants are pitted against each other in a life or death contest. Is that where we're going with this?
I think so. Let's
Something like that kind of scene.
weighing out a few things. Butch was the original Chad, very Chad type.
Yeah,
Fox
very Chad type.
is a total badass. You step out of the Raven Rock, and there he is, just with his gigantic laser blowing things out of the sky, screaming at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, probably one of the most impressive super mutants in the Wasteland.
Absolutely,
I would say.
Yeah.
So, so I think this one's pretty clear. If you were to, and okay, so let's also set some ground rules here. What are the characters allowed to use when pitted against each other? Are we giving them traditional weapons, traditional advantages they would have had in the story as we remember them?
I think if we do that, the battle is going to be short-lived, because let's remember that Butch had a switchblade versus Fox with an overpowered, rapid-fire laser cannon thing.
Right. But in the case of, let's, and again, just for the groundwork here, we have, for example, something like John Henry Eden showing up in this as well. So you have a situation where some of these characters are going to be less physical, and they're going to be more influential due to programming or connections or those kinds of things. So do we want to take that into consideration and say, well, a character is the sum total of the equipment that they have? I think, Dave, we can hear you now.
I think Dave, we could hear you. Is Dave back? Dave, we can hear you.
Dave, are you back?
Dave, speak to us, Dave.
Maybe he can't hear us.
I feel like Dave has his mic on, and then he's going to switch it and then be off again. Well,
Yeah.
Dave, can you hear
you? Let's just flail at the internet.
There you are.
We can't hear you.
Hello.
All right, so
you can hear me again?
And we're back.
Dave,
Okay, good.
Man, in the vault's technology, this vault is old. The wiring in here is a little bit hard to deal with something.
Let me explain to you about computers from 2077. They are, first of all, unreliable, and I don't have my level 3 skill to do the word puzzle to get my mic to work. Because if I did, then I would, I don't know, I would probably be a hacker for hire. Call me Mr. Robot. Oh, wait, we already got that.
So, Dave, to bring you up to speed, we're discussing in a situation where we have these competitors at each other's throats, life or death situation. Are we allowing them every bit of gear, weaponry, the things that we generally associate with them?
Okay, yes. They will be having every bit of gear, knowledge, information, anything that is associated with that character, they will have.
Okay. So
one other thing. The wild card rule here is in the first set of rounds, not the quarterfinals, not the semifinals, not the grand championship, but in the quarter set of rounds, we will have a special power, each one of us. And we will make something automatically win if we want. No questions asked. So it doesn't matter if it's like
one of those. We only get one of those.
Yes, we each get one of those. That is one of the
rules.
rules.
In the reinforcements.
Yes, it is like we're at the UN in the in the executive grand poobah situation, and we will call those in.
So
I don't know what I was
this
going
is at
for
the quarterfinal level. So this is like 2 rungs up the chain.
Yeah, we have this rung and the next rung, and those are the times when we can use our special secret power. There are no hidden immunity idols in this game, and we do not get the final rose.
Got it. Your mic's doing that little crackly thing again, just so you're aware.
Okay.
So in the case of Fox versus Butch, we've got big old super mutant with laser beams coming, right? And then we've got Butch with his Tunnel Snakes jacket and a switchblade. I have a feeling where this is going.
but he's very good at hair.
He is very good at hair. You're right
I'm
about
not
that.
sure how that competes against a super mutant with no hair. I'm not sure with the no hair if that's like a good situation.
Casual,
yes,
good situation.
Casual situation.
I need to stop worrying that into my vocabulary, or else everything's going to be a casual situation. Yeah, I think that there's a no contest here between Fox and Butch.
All right,
Butch, tunnel snakes rule, but do they really?
Right. So here's how this plays out in my mind. Butch comes out, Fox comes out. Butch looks at Fox across the arena and goes, "Tunnel snakes rule!" And then Fox goes, "Me blow you to smithereens!" And goes, and just like he's just a pile of ash on the floor. Right.
That's pretty good. I like your impression.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Well, thanks. All right, let's. So Fox moves forward. Butch is now a pile of ash, and Dave is going to be updating this as we go. All right. So
remember, Butch.
Next up, Three Dog, everybody's favorite DJ of the Capital Wasteland, and Liberty freaking Prime. I think we have another one of the situations. Although,
these were.
I have a thought.
Sorry, go ahead, Dave. Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
These were seeded randomly.
I'm role playing as Dave.
This is random seeds.
I have a thought. Now, remember, Liberty Prime's primary programming is to detect red communist threats on American soil. I would argue that if stepping onto the field of battle, if you will, Three Dog could not be any more patriotic than you could possibly imagine. So
you're
wondering
saying that Liberty Prime would not even fire a round.
I
He
think
wouldn't even punch him. Nothing.
I think he would not detect a single communist cell in his body.
Okay, so would Three Dog having to survive would fight back probably, right? The other thing about Three Dog is that he's very influential. There's a lot of people who have his back, right?
Oh yeah,
that's true. He has the power of radio.
He has the power of radio, and we know how powerful radio is, or at least podcast radio is.
That's true.
So, here's the question though: once Three Dog initiates combat with Liberty Prime and starts attacking him through whatever means or brings in reinforcements or whatever, would Liberty Prime defend himself? Even though he doesn't detect a communist cell in his body, is he programmed to survive should something start potentially threatening his life?
I'm trying to remember. I think even in Fallout 3 and 4, if you attack Liberty Prime, there's no reaction. I think.
That's probably true. Because it's a video game and you need Liberty Prime in order to finish the story, right? That's
yeah, but Liberty Prime detected the Enclave as communists, right? He was like, well, they weren't actually communists, but he was like, yes, communist detected. So he could be programmed to
declare anything as communist.
Yes,
that's true.
I think for the sport of it, Liberty Prime, we will have to justify a way for him to actually fight back. Otherwise, there's no combat, right? And if that's the case, then Liberty Prime just obliterates poor Three Dog.
That's what I'm thinking right now.
Regardless of whatever backup he brings.
Yeah, poor Three Dog.
Yeah, like if Three Dog played maybe for like 6 hours, I think that would be enough to send anyone over the edge. At which point, Liberty Prime would probably attack.
Yeah. All right. So here's how I see this playing out. They both enter the battlefield. Liberty Prime's like, "No communist detected," and then Three Dog's like, "All right, let's get this going." And then he's like, starts shooting at him. And then Liberty Prime's like, "Communist bullets penetrating outer shell." And then he's like, "Bum bum 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 bum," squishes him, right? Yep. And he just has to step on him. Basically, that's all that Ellie needs to do.
This is also improv comedy hour, and I'm glad that you're the host.
Well, good. All right, so we're in agreement. Liberty Prime moves on.
And everyone cheers. Capitalism.
Capitalism.
Yay,
All
capitalism.
right, so next one we have kind of an interesting dilemma here. We have John Henry Eden versus Moira Brown.
Now, here's the thing. Here's what I want to bring up first of all, okay? First of all, if you blow up a nuke in Megaton, Moira Brown survives.
I was just thinking that. She's like,
you can really, there's like an indestructibleness to Moira Brown. Whereas John Henry Eden, he can just be turned off. You know, you can't turn the Moira Brown off.
No, she's always turned on.
Hashtag Moira.
She also, and it's been a while since I've played this and talked with her, but she also has you go around collecting a lot of things, so she's very resourceful, right?
That's true. That's true.
I think maybe you're right. Maybe she might find a way to turn off John Henry Eden.
She also engenders the white knight complex. So, you know, she kind of, she needs things done. She's got to write this book. You know, she finds you, you find her, and you're like, yeah, no problem. I'll help you out with that, lady. Nope, it's fine. So I think there's a little bit of that.
It seems like we're leaning towards Moira Brown.
I'm pretty pro. I came into this. That's a matchup that I saw, and I was like, you know what? She's scrappy. She's got some moxie. You know?
Yeah. And Ghoulher is no less scrappy.
Yeah, scrappy 100% of the time. 100 P scrappy, as they would say.
100 P.
100 P. That's what the kids are saying.
That's what the
so. What do we think?
Are saying back in 2005. Those kids are now not kids anymore. Yeah, I think Moira figures it out, and she hacks his system, or you know, turns him off before he's able to, I don't know, rally his influence across the wasteland to come to his protection. Its protection.
I think so. Because here's the thing. I'm gonna come out swinging. The Enclave, stupid. They don't know what they're doing.
Oh, them's fighting words.
Discord.
They don't have a plan.
Yeah. There's some people on our Discord who are very, very strong proponents of the Enclave.
I know. I've talked to them. I've seen them. Let me tell you something. The only thing that saves them are computers.
Dave Chafins, DAVE.
Yes.
CHAFIN.
P.O. Box.
234.
Battle Creek, Michigan.
Write him. Battle Creek. We all know he lives somewhere in West Virginia. So if you just write somewhere in West Virginia,
send your cereal box tops in for a free go at Dave.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So Miss Brown moves on. She moves up. Next up, we have Sarah Lyons and the Machinist, everybody's favorite accidental bad guy.
Or good guy. Could be.
Or good guy. All right, what do you guys think about this?
At the end of Automatron, aren't you the mechanicist or whatever?
Yeah, you become the Machinist, yeah.
Dave, I think you just triggered Tech, who's a major Enclave supporter in chat right now. There may be a string of very un-American obscenities.
Yes,
let me
un-American Tech.
Let me tell you, Tech, I know you. We'll talk about this afterwards. We'll have a private come to Jesus meeting.
I don't think Tech understands how evil they actually are. Unless
I don't think they're evil.
Plays, you're actually that evil too.
Could be. Now, my opinions on the Brotherhood of Steel also not good.
Maybe the real evil was the evil we did along the way.
That's true. I'm perfectly capable of being a heel at times.
All right, so let's get back to this. Sarah Lyons, Mechanist. What do you guys think? Oh, I do, Tom. That says Tech. What do you guys think? All right, so let's discuss Sarah Lyons.
I mean, she's got a pretty badass group of Brotherhood of Steel. Like, we're talking power soldiers here. Really excellently trained, ready for battle.
And then we have the Machinist and a bunch of robots also able to battle, maybe not necessarily trained.
Yeah, the Mechanist is interesting, and I think if the now here, what I would like to see in if the seed went differently is Liberty Prime fighting the Mechanist, because I think that would be an interesting one big boy. That's like, do you want to be beat up by like one big boy or like 200 toddlers?
Do you guys remember the game Citizen Kabuto?
What?
From like 20 years ago? It was one of the first games that had like it was a PC game. It was one of the first games that had like asynchronous combat. Like you could either be like the big giant like, Kabuto monster who like picked things up and ate them, or you could be like the little alien guys with little backpacks and the guns, and you flew around. Or you could be like the water witch lady or whatever she was. I don't know, but like the multiplayer was super unbalanced in that like. Anyway, it would be like big dude versus a bunch of little dudes.
I don't remember. No,
that's okay. That's all right.
So I really wonder.
Thinking Sarah Lyons.
I don't know. The Brotherhood. Okay, so here, go with me here. As the player character, you fight all the robots. You stop the Mechanist. You become the Mechanist, right? Would you, as the player character, have been able to fight off all of the Brotherhood by yourself in the same way?
I don't think with access to the Mechanist. I don't think that I don't think that with the multitude of retro sci-fi helmets that the Mechanist may have, and his control over small robots. I don't think so. I think Sarah Lyons has the backup. I think that she probably is one of the more powerful and legitimately, what's a good word for this? She's got like a purpose. She's got purpose and mission. Like she goes and she gets stuff done. She's not sitting around waiting on these people to get. She's not like, oh, you go do the thing. She's like, okay, you stay here. I don't want you near me. That's when you first meet her. She's like, don't get near me. I got stuff to do. I gotta go do this stuff. So I'm thinking, what do you all think?
Should we just vote? Should we just
I think we vote.
Cast a ballot. All right. So Dave,
I'm voting for Lions.
Dave's Lions. Ken,
I'm going for the Mechanist.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Lions. I'm with Dave on this one.
Odd man out.
I think some military training and some purpose. I think the Mechanist is a little misguided and too random. Although I really love that expansion. I love all the robots and stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, my name's Robots. But I'm gonna have to go with Sarah Lyons on this one. So, yeah. So they bust out. They both bring their posse with them. The Mechanist and all the robots, and Sarah Lyons and a bunch of Brotherhood soldiers. And there's just this. And when the dust settles,
I'm sorry. What is there?
It's almost what the fox says. And when the dust settles, Sarah Lyons is standing still. So all right. So Sarah Lyons moves on. All right, moving on. Oh, this is a good one. Boone, our favorite sniper from New Vegas, versus Caesar himself.
This is
one of the most evil men in the wasteland.
Hands down. Hands down. Boone.
You think Boone
a
distance would just like
headshot from a distance?
Grassy knoll.
Yeah, Kaiser steps out of the tent to go to the loo, and one good shot from halfway across the wasteland.
When you guys played New Vegas, did you ever play a playthrough where you made your way into the camp? You got like close to Kaiser. I guess that's what they call him in it, right? It's not Caesar. Kaiser. And you just like tried to kill him when you were in like the tent with all the guys around you. Did you ever do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done it a few ways. Like I fudged his surgery, so he just dies. You can also do that as well.
Yep. So for all of his power and manpower around him, now if we're putting them in the scenario of them being like in a combat ring, like in a battle chamber or whatever.
Yeah.
You still think that would hold up?
Listen, I think Boone is like the Doom guy of Fallout. Like the dude just like plows through everything and is sad about absolutely everything and wants to kill and does kill absolutely everything.
Now remember,
I mean, he really only needs one shot, right?
He does, but if it's in a small arena where he's a sniper and you've got Kaiser who had a power fist on him, I mean, one good punch before Boone can...
it's a big enough arena to fit like Liberty Prime in, right?
Oh, okay. So then, yeah.
Like they come out at like say like opposite, I don't know, there's probably a good, I don't know, 30, 50 feet away from each other at least, and when they enter the ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think the distance goes to Boone, even if Kaiser comes out with a group, like a bunch of his men.
Because I think that you can also have, like, you could dodge a bullet if you had high agility. Like, you could like dodge some. You could put on that dodgy perk and you could get going. I don't think that when I think about Caesar, I don't think about the amount of agility that man has.
No.
I think maybe perception and intelligence, but other than that.
Okay, so we're going with Boone. I feel like we're on Boone's side with this one.
I'm thinking Boone. I'm having the chat weigh in as well.
Yeah, let's have the chat weigh in.
What do you guys think? So Caesar or Kaiser, as for some reason people call him?
Yeah.
All right, we're getting a vote for Boone from Susie. Have we got a vote for Boone for Zombie Killer?
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, we were kind of leaning. It looks like Boone's going to make it.
X-Alex is going to bang anything that walks by at this point.
Oh boy.
Kyushiana,
right.
Boone.
Boone
yeah, definitely Boone. Everyone agrees.
Boone, headshot across the arena. All right, next up we have Tabitha and Benny. You guys have
if you don't remember who Tabitha is, she's the Nightkin super mutant that lives up on top of the mountain that does the radio show that's like kind of woohoo crazy. And then Benny, is Chandler Bing.
Chandler Bing. Do you guys have a gut response on this one? I kind of do. I mean, Nightkin, super mutant strength, invisibility.
I think
he's kind of sneaky. He's kind of sneaky,
Yeah, but she's invisible.
That's kind of sneaky too.
It's like really sneaky. It's about as sneaky as you get. It's like maximum sneaky.
What if, now picture this, Tabitha like goes full stealth. She's like sneaking over there because she sees him at a distance, right? She sees the jacket. You can't miss that jacket. She gets closer, closer. All of a sudden, she realizes the whole outfit is on a mannequin. And just as she sees that, right behind her, she hears him say, "It was rigged from the start." And then bang.
That's a really good argument.
Or would he say, "Could it be any more rigged from the start?"
That's a good point too.
I mean,
this one's tough.
Chandler.
This is a tough one.
I don't know. My gut is saying Tabitha on this one. Super mutants, even if you get the jump on them, they're so resilient. They're big, strong things.
That's true. And I don't think Maria would be able to take down a super mutant with a single gunshot wound, even to the head.
Yeah. Probably. Chat's coming in with some Tabithas, so
we're feeling the
I'm
Tabitha.
thinking Tabitha.
Yeah. All right.
Tabitha.
Let's move Tabitha up. Yeah, Tabitha still falls for it, but is resilient. And then the next punch, you just kind of like, you just blast. You're not going to withstand that from a super mutant.
Oh, this next one.
All right.
This next
up
one would be interesting.
Arcade Gannon, everybody's favorite mummy, and Mortimer. Thoughts?
So Arcade Gannon is like both Enclave, power armor wielding, energy weapon, plus like super healer. He's like the quintessential healer. But then Mortimer eats people with a top hat and a cane.
I mean, he's a cannibal, right? So
yeah.
But Arcade Gannon is like a survivor.
Yeah, he survived a whole lot.
And I mean, okay, I don't know. This is another one of those that I'm just like, there's just not that much of a fight. Mortimer's going to try to put up a fight. Arcade Gannon is going to tear him apart. Like,
yeah,
Like if Mortimer won, yeah, he would eat him. But I don't think Arcade Ganon's worried about that. I don't think he's afraid of being eaten.
That's true. And if we bring in, if we bring in even their friends, like if we bring in like the entire
The remnants.
The remnants, and then all of the cannibals. I think that the remnants,
White Glove Society, yeah.
I think the remnants take it home.
White Glove Society versus the remnants. That would be a fun battle.
Yeah. I think Arcade Ganon wins this one. I think this one's pretty clear.
I think so too.
Okay, so Arcade Ganon beats the crap out of Mortimer. Next up, and this is another interesting one: Mr. House versus Ulysses. Ulysses.
I don't know.
Ulysses. Is that the pronunciation?
Ulysses.
Right off the bat, Mr. House, very powerful, one of the greatest minds in Fallout, but also not really physically capable of much.
That's true, and I've thought about Mr. House and how he thinks. It's like I think that we need to count Mr. House and his robots kind of together.
Yeah, I was thinking like he's gonna yes, he's highly influential and has a ton of robots at his disposal.
Yeah,
to protect him.
Also think chronologically. So are we talking about Ulysses before activation of the Mach 2 OS or before?
I think it's whatever version of a character is going to be most competitive.
Yeah.
Because like after that upgrade, he has a massive army of like military grade missile lobbing OP Securitrons versus Ulysses.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so
Ulysses has nuclear weapons, but Mr. House shot down a bunch of nuclear weapons. So
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really solid point.
I'm trying to think.
I don't think so. Here's the other thing: if Mr. House knew that he was going to be in a combat situation like this, he would be highly prepared.
Yeah, he would have calculated the odds already.
Over prepared, like calculating every odds, all the odds for every situation. I think Mr. House wins this hands down.
I think Ulysses would make it as far as the lobby. That would be it.
Yeah, like the gates would open and Mr. House would be doors. Like carted out, in his with all the robots and everything, and be carted out like in his little, stasis machine or whatever it's called.
I calculated your death.
Right, the other doors would open and Ulysses would never come out, and he would go, "This was over before it was started. Good evening, everyone," and then he'd go back into the room, right? All right, so Mr. House wins that one.
Yeah,
moving on. Now, Dave, I see that in the next tier forward on this, we have the Vegas Vipers. Do we have more competitors than were able to fit in the first rung, and so they just automatically got placed into the second?
Okay, yeah, there's a whole... Do you not see the whole other... It may be a little slow.
No, I see there's a right side of the thing. I see at the very bottom, to the right of Ulysses, it says Vegas Vipers.
Oh, yeah, so there's there's 4 divisions. There's the Mid-Atlantic Mushrooms. That's Fallout 3. There's the Vegas Vipers, which is Fallout New Vegas. There's
I see. That's the name of the division. I gotcha.
Yeah, the New England Neutrons and the Average Slocum Joes.
Got it.
I love the names.
So I didn't catch that at the beginning. I just noticed it at the bottom right now. Okay, so we actually have 4 divisions. So
the divisions,
that's the first 2 divisions.
This has been discussed for years and years. The division.
Yeah, it was placed on the line in the next rung, so I was confused.
I'm with you.
So let's move over to the New England Neutrons. We have Paladin Dance, everybody's favorite Brotherhood synth, and Preston Garvey, because another settlement needs your help.
Now, is this going to be a Dance Dance Revolution off, or is this just like a regular battle?
I bet Preston Garvey's got some good dance moves. He seems like the kind of guy who could lay it down.
I think when you look at their full power, both the Minutemen and the Brotherhood, they kind of cancel each other out. So I think this is a test of...
you think purely... so? You think the Brotherhood was like down to absolutely nothing until you helped rebuild them? They were down to basically Preston Garvey. The Minutemen were like in decline. They also they're not like military trained. They're more like scrappy.
I guess when you
upstarts.
first meet Paladin Dance, it's like him and the 2 others. That's true.
Yeah. So the Minutemen, I don't know. They're great. They have lots of good intentions, but they're not the most militaristic. But if Paladin Dance has the Brotherhood at his back still, then it doesn't seem like as much of a contest to me. Paladin Dance rejected from the Brotherhood off on his own. Now that's a completely different situation.
That's true. And that's why I think it should just be like their friends shouldn't matter in this. I think it should just be these two locked in a battle to the metaphorical death.
What do you think, Ken?
Yeah, I have to think that Dance is going to kick the living crap out of Preston Garvey. Because let's all remember those amazing battles that Preston Garvey won. Let's remember that. I'll wait.
Let's remember all of them.
Let's remember all of the amazing fighting moves that he had.
Yeah, he's a survivor, but we don't have a whole lot of precedence of him actually winning.
No, he didn't fight much of anything. I think he shot some stragglers that showed up in Sanctuary. That was about it.
Yeah. All right. So it seems like Dance is moving on in this
Dance.
one.
Dance in general is just sexier.
It's true. It's true. So they both come out of their little chambers out of the battlefield, and Preston Garvey starts winding up his what is it called? A laser musket. And Paladin Dance just like just blows him to bits.
Yeah.
All right. So next up on the list we have Strong, another super mutant, versus Kate, both companions. We're going through the companion list here. Strong looking for the milk of human kindness, and Kate, who has a really freaking rough background and doesn't take anything from anybody.
Drugs are crazy, man.
Drugs are crazy.
Weighing this out, I'm going with Kate. And the simple reason why is because Strong, for as strong as he is, is also pretty easy to trick. Like Kate could just say, "Oh yeah, milk of human kindness. I got this right here in my bag," and she could load him up with like some bad jet or something.
And she totally would do something like that, too.
Yeah, she would. So she would trick him. He would poison himself and just die. Like she wouldn't even have to fight him.
Let's also remember that Kate was a pit fighter. Like she spent a lot of time surviving in very similar situations, just like this. So I think she has experience on her side. I think you're right. I think she might actually win this one.
I think
even though Strong is a big, strong super mutant, I think she would outsmart him.
I think she's got an X factor. You know, it's like got more going on. I'm thinking Kate, kind of hands down.
Yeah, chat seems to be weighing in Kate as well.
Okay. All right. So that's what happens. Kate moves on. Next up on the list, we have Piper, everybody's favorite news reporter, and Arthur Maxon, the racist leader of the Brotherhood. Piper has the power of the news media behind her, sort of.
This is a little too topical.
Arthur
Which is very 2020.
Oh. Yeah. Arthur Maxon, very capable leader of the Brotherhood. Is there a way that Piper could win this?
No.
And she's not really a fighter. I mean, you can bring her along, you can give her a gun, she can shoot at stuff.
So hear me out. I think there's only one scenario that could possibly work. And it's if she equips some perk cards to make herself more alluring, and then seduced him to prevent him from killing her.
Lady.
Like, I think she could flirt it up a little bit. I think that would be the only way, because I also don't know if he's the personality type or he's so rigid with his code. I don't know if he would fight a woman. Like, I feel like that would be a very old-fashioned kind of code that would be programmed into him. I'm not sure if he'd fight her to the death.
I think if his death was on the... It's another one of those things. If his death was on the line, I think he very much would do what he needs to do to survive.
That's true.
I think in a situation like that, yeah.
Could you seduce Arthur Maxon when you were like as the player character in Fallout 4? Could you like?
I don't think so.
I'm sure there's a mod out there for that, but no.
Yeah, but yeah,
Not by
but
default.
if we include mods in this, we can mod anything into this. Arthur Maxon versus a giant chicken.
Arthur Maxon versus an army of Thomas the Tank Engines.
Right, yeah. All right, so it looks like Arthur Maxon wins this one. What do you think, Dave?
I like the argument that Ken's putting forward, but I'm going to say Arthur Maxon.
All right.
I got to go with my gal Piper.
I mean,
really?
and you're
I
always.
still think Arthur Maxon's going to win this. I mean,
I'm letting you know.
Her wily ways, I'm telling you, she could pull it off.
True. The thing that I don't want you all to forget is you have the special power. Now, I know you probably may know that you have the special power, but I'm just letting you know. At any point.
I am initiating the special power.
On this one?
That's it.
Can somebody counter with their special power?
No, that is not in the rules. Once
All
somebody initiates their special power, the special power has been used. Ken, you have used the nuclear option, and Piper will move on to the next round just by the grace of your own will.
I also can't stand Arthur Maxon, so it's my pleasure to use it against him.
There you go. All right, Piper survives. Moves on. Next up, we have everybody's favorite detective,
yes,
Valentine, and the most mysterious man in the Commonwealth, Deacon. What do you guys think about this one? Nick, both of these people are very able to defend themselves, and both of them are very crafty when they need to be. So this seems like a very fair matchup.
Deacon is like the master of disguises.
Yes.
Like, if we think back to, he's not like turtle, or whatever that movie was.
Did you say turtle?
Yeah, the master of disguise, the seminal film, with
the seminal film of seminal films.
The seminal film. Yeah, you should look that up. Master of Disguise. I'm sure people know that. Anyways, he's the master of disguise, but Nick Valentine is like Sherlock Holmes of this universe.
Right.
So it's like this.
Yeah.
Master,
so wait. Are you saying that this is like a Sherlock Holmes versus Moriarty kind of thing going on here?
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm saying here.
I mean, he's not really, Deacon's not necessarily evil, but he's definitely smart enough to be that kind of character, I would think. He plays it down, but I think there's more going on there than it seems. Oh, man.
And I mean,
should we poll the audience?
Yeah, chat, what do you guys think? So do you think it's going to be Deacon or Nick Valentine? I think in an arena, having stealth and being able to use disguises isn't going to do you a hell of a lot of good. If this was anywhere else, like Deacon could totally disguise himself, like lock the secretary in a closet or something, and like put himself like all the hair and make it look like her, so she has her back. Like to Nick walks in and, hey, sugar, let's type some things. And
I remember that line directly from the game. Yes, that was playing the game.
That was cut down. And then all of a sudden,
sugar,
like Deacon turns around, and he's like, "I'm not typing anything. This was rigged from the start." And then, that would be it for Nick.
Yeah. By the time you hear this on the podcast version of the show, there's going to be a shirt on the Robots Radio t-shirt store that says, "Hey, sugar, let's type some stuff," and has a picture of Nick Valentine.
I think that's the most emotionally resonant line in the entirety of Fallout 4.
Yeah, that's a big one. It was written by Todd himself. At least that's the story I hear.
Yeah.
Let's type some stuff. What is this chat doing? What are they up to?
Chat says Nick,
they're wondering
Nick, Deacon.
What the hell was that, Ken?
Deacon is the bear high school mascot head in my favorite thing in the world. Deacon in the bear house. Oh, I got you. You can make him wear the bear hat. Yeah, I got it. All right. So what do you think here, Nick or Deacon? Next few posts, next few responses are going to call this one because I'm torn. I think it could go either way. Nick is a synth. We do have that difference.
But isn't a synth?
No, there's a theory that he might be, but no, he's a human. He claims that he might be a synth, but chances are it's false.
Chances are it's false. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to not be true. And if you look at the files, like I did. I dug into this stuff for the episode I did on the
If you
Fall
look at the
Warcast.
files,
If you actually get into the files of the game, there's evidence that like he's not built like a synth character or something. Deacon.
Yeah,
We had some Nicks
a
previously.
lot of deacons.
All right.
Deacon. Well,
Next one that pops up. We're just gonna next one that pops up. Next person
I'm
to
saying
respond.
Deacon. There's so many Deacons here that it's like call Pete Hines because there's so many Deacons.
Can't decide. All right,
Can't
this is the
decide.
deciding vote. Whoever does it next.
Deciding vote. Next one. We're gonna get no response. Nick.
We got a Nick.
Scullyface comes in with a Nick. It looks like Nick sneaks it out and then Mix.
Yep.
All right. Nick wins. Nick pulls this one out.
Nick for the
All right,
win.
congratulations, Nick. You this was a long fight, but you survived it. He's a little bit more worse for wear, but it's hard to tell because he's already kind of worse for wear. All right, moving into the last of the four groups, the average Slocum Joes. We have Hancock versus Bessie. Bessie from Fallout 76.
Yes.
What is it? It's not an Assaultron. It's a
Securitron, right?
Securitron that looks like a cow. It's painted like a cow.
Some of these were submitted by our lovely Twitter folks.
This is
and
great.
Bessie was certainly one of them.
I love this. We've never seen Bessie do anything than just like power up, move around, and make moo sounds, as far as I'm aware. And then of course Hancock, very formidable opponent.
It depends on how much Bessie has been altered. Like, is that just a paint job, or does now she only like shoot milk?
Does she shoot milk? Is that a thing?
Because, well, I mean, you know, she's out there. You know, they've got they got
some milk from Bessie.
They got the hands, and if you look, there's like the nodules and stuff, like the milking machine. So there's like she's probably been retrofitted with like these gigantic milking pump things.
Scullyface asks a very good question in chat and says, "Has anyone attacked Bessie in game?" I have not.
You know what? I haven't either, but I might try that.
I like Bessie. I'm like,
let's see if she shoots milk.
She just covers you in milk.
I think Bessie is utterly underpowered.
I think Hancock is one crafty MF.
That's true.
I think he's gonna pull this one out. And I'm not even sure that Bessie shoots anything other than milk. Like maybe she's just designed to milk the cows, and that's all she does now.
But that milk's got to go somewhere, Tom.
Oh.
I'm going with Hancock.
Yeah. All right. Hancock wins this one.
Oh, Tech says, yeah, she can't do anything. Disappointing.
She doesn't attack you back. Yeah. If anybody has attacked her, it's Tech. Thank you for testing that out, Tech. Then we have next up everybody's favorite companion, Dogmeat, who ranges from all the way from the very first Fallout game onward, and Harold, our favorite plant person. So here's a question: is this like Fallout 3 Harold, where he's basically a tree, or is this like Fallout 1 Harold, where he's still a dude and he's just got a thing sticking out of his head?
My dogs have destroyed a lot of plants in the garden from their stomping and their pee and a number of different activities that they get into.
They like to pick up sticks with their mouth.
I have put up a small tree against my dogs, and the small tree had to be taken back to Lewis for seed. So I am leaning towards Dogmeat at this one, just from personal vendettas.
Okay.
Mobius Strip says Dogmeat would relieve himself on Tree Harold in chat. So
yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Dogmeat on this one too.
Yeah,
I think Dogmeat's pretty clear. All right, Dogmeat picks Harold up as like a plays fetch with him or something.
Like you could just keep gnawing on his roots.
Yeah. So Dogmeat moves on. Let's see. Next one up, we have Rara and Gale from 76. And the 76 Overseer.
So this is a power team that I made. This is the only duo specifically listed because
they go together.
I feel like that they are collectively one character within it. So
Right.
Just so there's no shenanigans. Guess what? There's a ton of shenanigans.
All right. What do you guys think about this one?
I'm thinking Robert on Gale. Because children don't die in Fallout.
Children don't die. You can't
Children
kill children.
don't die in Fallout. Come on now.
The Overseer.
Children run away.
I don't see the Overseer as being a very strong combatant.
No.
No.
Nice to see you again. I need you to go do something for me. Surprise.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you like my house? It was built by other vault dwellers for me.
She thought mole miners in the ash heap were hard, so
All right. So
I'm
Run
excited to get
Gale.
it now.
Run Gale. Moving on. And then we have Lou and Modus.
So if you haven't gotten to Lou, Lou is kind of an unknown. He's Lucky Lou. He is the ghoul that has tried to kill himself a bunch and continually cannot. He is incapable. He has too high of a luck stat, and he has set up suicide traps for himself in which he physically cannot die.
I'm going with Modus on this one. One dial up to the Kovac Muldoon, and it's all over.
Yeah, I think Modus. This is pretty clear to me too. I'm going with Modus.
Special power right now, Lou.
Are you using special power for Lou?
Lou, yeah.
All right,
Lou.
all right. We can still use special power in the next round too, right?
I heard. Yeah. You got it.
All right.
Next round too.
All right. So I'm holding on to mine.
Lou moves on. I believe that
Children are the
he
future.
cannot die. He cannot die.
Children.
And then, well, I don't want
All
to.
right.
Dude can't die.
Dude can't die. Okay, that is the first tier of our competition. Let's move. Let's go back to the top
battle.
left. What a battle! What a battle! Let's see who wins this next one. Now we are back to Fox and Liberty Prime.
Ooh.
I don't know, guys. Liberty Prime, tough competitor. You think Fox can hold
I
out
don't
against
think if we're
Liberty
looking
Prime?
at sheer strength against the other people, like if we're looking at sheer willpower and determination,
Mm-hmm.
Fox does attack that Enclave base head on at the end of 3.
Yeah, I mean he's a go getter.
Yeah, and runs just absolute destruction on them.
I still think Liberty Prime. It just
I think so too.
Liberty. It would be tough to take Liberty Prime down.
You're
Even
right.
if you're
I'm
a super
playing
mutant.
I think Liberty Prime would be the correct.
All right, Liberty Prime. Moving on. Squishes Fox. Next up, we have Moira Brown and Sarah Lyons.
I think Sarah Lyons would mop
Ladies.
the floor with Moira Brown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that they both have
I'm going with you on that,
determination, but Sarah Lyons has more determination.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, and more support. So
Ooh,
all
those
right,
hot little
Sarah Lyons.
potatoes.
Sarah Lyons moving up.
Yep.
Moving
Yep.
on up, moving on up, Sarah
And then
Lyons.
as is written here, Boone Baby and
Boom,
Tabitha.
baby.
Boone Baby versus Tabitha. Sniper versus an invisible super mutant. Do you think the sniper could get a hit on the invisible super mutant?
I don't think so. I think Tabitha's going to take this one.
Yeah.
Now that we've talked through a lot of these characters, I think that Tabitha is coming out to be pretty strong in this competition, which I really didn't see coming.
She's got that
She's
stealth
kinda-
going.
If you
The
came to
stuff-
this with bets on Tabitha,
mean-
like you went to the local bettery and placed a
Right.
bet, you'd be betting
Yeah.
pretty high.
Well, this is a fundamental build, right? You've got. I mean, Tabitha is the stealth build, right? Stealthy, and then when she hits hard.
A sniper is only as good as what they can see and lock onto.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Unless you're up
All right,
close,
Tabitha.
it's pretty hard to see that kind of visual distortion field.
All right, Tabitha, you take it on this one. Poor Boone Baby gets snuck up on and squished. Tabitha, squish, sniper guy. Now we're up to Arcade Shazam Ganon versus Mr. House.
You know, 'cause
Interesting,
of-
interesting dilemma. Two of the most, I don't know, famous characters from New Vegas. Two of the most favorites. Two favorites, I guess we could say.
I don't like. I really, if we take, because we have to take into account the allies at this point. When you're having Mr. House fight, the only way that he fights is with allies. So we have to give these people the benefit of the doubt. So I think that we have to include Arcade Ganon's remnants in there as well.
Mhm.
Look at me, Tech. Look at me. I'm supporting this enclave business that's going on here. So I don't want to hear any more lip about my opinions. But I do want to hear lip.
Yeah, I'm thinking Arcade would be smart enough, unlike Ulysses, to tackle him head on. I think he would get the remnants together. I think they would plan something like a large electromagnetic pulse of some kind. Find a way maybe to, I think technology-wise, they would find a way to get to House.
So you guys are both on the Arcade Ganon
I'm thinking Arcade.
side of this. Okay. I think it's fair. I'll go with you on that.
Knight,
Cool with that.
it was post-upgrade. So yeah, it would be fully upgraded Securitrons.
All right. Arcade, Fire Ganon. Moving on. Back to the other side. Dance Dance Revolution, baby, versus Kate. Ooh.
I think this is a seminal matchup because
Ooh.
you have like this person that champions, like you have like the White Knight and the Black Knight, you know, the one that's like ready to get down there and get dirty and like do whatever it takes, as opposed
Right.
to the
Right.
dude that's like, I'm good, I am so powerful, but I am so dedicated to the cause and honor and
Yeah. Yeah.
such.
This is, I mean, Dance is like the seminal paladin, right? Right. Like the lawful good. And Kate is like the chaotic good. At least by the time
Yep.
that you've met her and helped her.
I feel like Dance would be the type that would throw down weapons, and he's gritty enough that it would be a hand-to-hand combat situation.
If that's the case, then I'm going with Kate.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, because I can't picture Dance wanting to use heavy weapons against her. I'm thinking he would like throw down and want like
He would say,
legit-
okay, let's make this
scrap
fair.
this out. Yeah.
Right. He puts down his laser pistol or whatever, you know.
Yep. His heavy
machine gun or
weapons.
Whatever
Yep.
he has. His heavy weapons. And then,
I'm thinking he
he's
gets
like,
out of
"All right,
power
let's
armor
go."
and that's it. Under armor against,
Yeah.
you know.
but we know that she's got like a knife stored in her boot or
Oh, yeah.
something. And he's going fisticuffs and she goes, cool, whooshing, and just shanks
Shoink.
him.
Yep.
Yeah. So Kate wins.
I'm thinking Kate.
Kate, it's
All right.
decided.
All right. Kate moves on. Sorry,
You can
Dan.
send all of your complaints to the complaint department, which is located at
the complaint department, which is Dave's house. Next up, we have the
P.O. Box,
showdown
Battle
between
Creek, Michigan.
Piper and Nick Valentine. Piper, by Kenny's powers,
Kenny
survives
Powers.
to deal with Nick Valentine. I don't think these two would want to have to fight each other, but they would have to because they're being put in the situation.
That's true. We have forced them into such a duel.
Yes. If we're going by personalities, I think Nick might actually stand down from this as well.
What happens if they choose not to fight?
I think Piper would fight. I think at the end of the day, Piper's going to go, well, people got to get the news.
Scully has a good point. I feel like Nick would let Piper win.
Yeah, I feel like Nick is the kind of guy who might be like, well, darling, my time's up anyway.
I
Or
mean,
however he talks.
They've known each other for a long time, so I think he'd be like, well, kid, I'm going to go.
Well, kid,
Yeah,
I'm going to go type some
Gotta go
papers in
sometime.
heaven. Meh.
meh,
I think
meh.
Piper. I think Piper's the winner here.
Yeah.
I think Nick,
Can you have influenced this game? I'm telling you what, that was a power play, if anything.
Yeah, I think Piper
it
wins
was a power
as well.
play.
Power play. All right, we're down to.
Oh, hold the
Hancock?
phone. Stop right here.
Hmm? What?
A very,
What?
very good point. Now, Knight Radcliffe brought up this excellent point. What if Nick goes full on Kellogg? So remember, after Kellogg's memories were dumped into Nick, Nick has that moment where Kellogg reassumes control and speaks through Nick. What happens if that wasn't a fluke and Kellogg is still in there? And what if in the heat of battle, he comes out to play?
I think that's a really big what if.
Okay.
Because we don't see that. We only see the speaking happen. We don't actually see control override.
I could see if there was personal stake. If Kellogg had personal stake in this battle, like if he had a reason to be there, then I think that's a good argument. But I think that maybe, what does he care about Piper? He doesn't care.
Yeah,
he's busy being a cereal brand and having a cool gun, you know?
Right, cereal brand. I'm still with Piper on this one. We're going Piper.
Redo that.
Piper.
All right, Piper makes it. Revenge on the PC. All right, next up, Dogmeat and Hancock. I mean, Hancock would win this, right? Like hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not against killing a dog. He would do it.
No.
To survive. That's why I'm going to use my thing right here and make Dogmeat win. Dogmeat!
Look at Tom with that power play.
Everybody loves you.
Wow.
Can't let the dog get killed.
Wow.
The Dogmeat always survives. Like you can't kill him. Right?
Wow. This could really influence the game here. That's all I'm saying.
Nobody can't kill a dog. Nobody kills the dog.
This is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll never see another game like this. I mean, this is one for the history books.
One for the history books.
The
All right,
game
next
of
round.
the century.
Rara and Gale and Lou. If Lou really can't die, doesn't Lou win even though he has to kill a child?
He's just very lucky, but he doesn't want to fight. So
yeah,
he like really doesn't want to fight. I think it's Rara and Gale, even though
I think so too.
See, my power play was more in the spirit of if we let Modus into this. Here's the thing. I thought it's like, who do I need to take down? I have Mr. House here I need to take down. I have Liberty Prime I need to take down. Modus and John Henry Eden. And so far the only one that's
the major contenders
is Liberty Prime right now.
Right.
So I think Rara and Gale is the winner of this.
Yeah, and I agree with Chat. Right. Yeah, he wants to kill himself for others. He'd never harm Rara. I agree.
All right, let's do it. Rara and Gale, moving up. Okay.
All right, this is the semifinals.
Here we go.
Semifinals, back up to the top.
This is the quarterfinals. I'm so sorry.
Quarterfinals.
Too legit.
Back up to the top.
Too legit to quit, Dave.
Liberty Prime versus Sarah Lyons. An interesting matchup.
We're going to have a problem here.
Yeah.
Conflict of interest.
There's that, but also, more importantly, Liberty Prime will have been programmed not to attack Brotherhood personnel.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
So, is there any reason Liberty Prime could win this? Not even from we used the justification before self-preservation, but I think the mandate of, the Brotherhood is in control of them. I think that's hard programmed. Never attack a Brotherhood soldier, right?
Yeah,
right.
Or member, or whatever definition you have. So in that case, Sarah Lyons wins. She can just walk up with a screwdriver and just take them apart.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. Sarah Lyons.
All right, Sarah Lyons.
Sarah Lyons.
Interesting. Turning things on its head.
As the winner of that division of the Fallout 3.
Congratulations. Sarah Lyons is the winner of the, what was that division called?
Mid-Atlantic Mushrooms.
The Mid-Atlantic Mushroom champion. All right. And then down to the I just closed my I shouldn't have closed my thing. This other division, the Vegas Vipers, we have Tabitha versus Arcade Gannon.
Ooh.
Arcade Gannon's a survivor. I have a feeling that Arcade Gannon has dealt with
Nightkin.
stealthy characters, Nightkin,
I imagine too, yeah.
and survived it.
Okay, and here's the thing: she has mental issues. Like she's got some stuff, and he is a part of an organization that's like there to help and care for people. And in the game, how the courier, that's it, solves that problem is, well, you could probably just shoot her because it's New Vegas, but most likely you're talking her down and kind of rounding her out a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe Arcade Gannon.
I think it's Arcade Gannon. I think we're all in agreement about that.
Yeah.
All right. Arcade Gannon moves on. Congratulations. Winner of the Vegas Vipers.
Boy, he's gonna get his butt kicked.
And then we have, oh man, we have Kate versus Piper. I am sure there are fan fictions about this and all sorts of artwork.
Mods, possibly.
Jesus.
The dark side of the Nexus.
Okay, so in what situation does Piper win this? Because I think Kate would.
None.
No, yeah.
I think if she force wouldn't work. If she tried to employ seduction, I think Kate would just shank her immediately in irritation.
Yeah, I don't think Kate's messing with this at all.
No, I think
Man, Kate makes it to the top. You down with that, Dave?
Yeah, I think that in a battle they would win. I'm curious who would win in an argument.
Oh, Piper. Piper is more mentally agile than Kate, for sure. But this is a physical combat, so Kate's gonna win. We should do another one of these and be like, who would win in a debate?
Who would win in a debate? Who would win at baking chocolate chip cookies? Who would make the best ones?
Who's the best baker?
Sweet?
Yeah. All right.
I'll be Paul Hollywood.
The other side of this one, Dog Meat versus Rara and Gale. Are we killing children or are we killing dogs?
So Tom, you used your super secret powers given to you to advance Dog Meat to this round, and I think that this is a game changer because I don't think Rara and Gale are killing the dog.
I don't think they'll kill a dog. I think you're right.
I think that they are that it is not in their programming to do things. I think there are other people on this list that are 100% capable of doing that. I don't know if they are. Curious what everybody else thinks.
By the way, you've got the crack, snap, snapple, crackle, punch, crab words going on with your mic again, just so you know. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Dog Meat wins on this one.
I think so too.
I think they just like hand it over. They're just like, okay, no contest. You win, Dog Meat.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're down to the semifinals. Finals. Can this one be a draw? Mobius strip. All right. On the left side of the board, Sarah Lyons versus Arcade Gannon.
We're talking Brotherhood versus Enclave Remnant. I think Sarah Lyons would find out he's Enclave and she would go full on berserker. Yeah, I think you're right about that. But Arcade Gannon is not going to stand down from this one. Major trigger. This is going to be a contest for the ages. Do we want to let this?
They're both defined by their squad. So they have the Lion's Pride, which is what her squad is, and he has the Remnants. So there's like two. Like if you're rolling with squads, if you're rolling deep with your squad, rolling deep with your homies, yeah. There's two very large squads, and I really don't know who wins that. Yeah, that's better than a large squad. Large squad. That's true. So that helps your glutes. Yep. Do we want to? Okay, so this is what I was going to say. Do we want to put this up to chat? I kind of do. I think maybe from this round on, we should let chat decide.
That's a good
What do you
point.
think?
All right, we've got we have
Sarah Lyons.
3 for Sarah so far. Knight Redcliffe with an excellent
4.
point. Sarah is elite trained in arcade, never officially received training. Good point.
That's true.
Yeah, but is a survivor. So
Yeah.
there's that counts for something. All
So we got
multiple
4 for
Sarahs.
Sarah,
I don't see any arcades.
5 for Sarah.
All right, looks like Sarah's winning this one, guys. It would take a lot.
I think Sarah's taking this away.
All right, Sarah Lyons, congratulations.
Wow.
Winner of the left division. The West Coast division? Is the West Coast division?
Winner of the last gen division.
The winner
last gen
chicken dinner.
Division. Winner, chicken dinner. All right. And on the other side of the board, Kate versus
Ooh.
Dog Meat.
I'm sorry, dog meat.
The dog meat's dead.
Yeah, Kate would have no problem shanking a dog.
Yeah,
None.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what chat says. This is we agree that this is up to chat. So, Kate, we got a Kate.
We got 1 for Kate.
Let's see how the votes come in. Yeah, I don't think she would have a problem dealing with dog meat, and as much as I love dog meat.
Oh, we got 1 for dog
Drugs.
meat. Zombie killer. Yep.
Oh.
We have a vote for drugs. Poor dog meat would lose. Okay,
So
that's
that's-
another vote for Kate.
Yep. So we're at 2 now.
Another vote for Kate. Yeah.
3 for Kate.
Would literally cut out. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. I think Kate's winning this one.
Yep.
I think we can write it in.
All right.
All right. And then now down to the finals.
Wow. What
Sarah
a
Lyons
face-off that would be.
Versus Kate. When I saw this board for the first time, these were not the two that I expected to be in the finals at all.
No.
Me either.
It's amazing.
I think
how
it's also really, really
Random
interesting that it's
placement.
2 women that
two
are
women, yeah.
fighting it out to the death.
Congratulations to the writers of Fallout for giving us powerful, interesting women characters.
It's a
female
very
characters.
excellent point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah Lyons versus Kate. Let's see.
Now,
what does chat say?
are we talking?
We'll discuss it while chat votes.
Are we talking Sarah Lyons on her own or Sarah Lyons with the Pride?
Well,
Because-
Kate isn't really bringing backup on this one. So, do you think Sarah Lyons would say, okay, let's mano, face off, 1-on-1. It's the only fair way to do this.
I think she would.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
This is the grand finals. Like at this point, they're gonna know the stakes. The stakes are high.
We got
Like,
1,
this is
2 for Sarah Lyons.
This is the Kentucky
Yeah,
Derby for them.
Kate,
1 for Kate.
think- I'm starting to
another
think
for Kate,
that maybe
another
that,
for
like,
Sarah. Ooh, this is tight.
Oh, is it?
this
What
like
do we
dirty
got?
fighting.
3
that Kate can-
Sarahs, 2 Kates.
Yeah. Well, Kate will definitely fight dirty. Sarah's going to fight more fair, but is highly trained. Kate, cage fighter, also very experienced, if not officially trained.
Yeah, I feel like this would be a situation of Hulk versus Thanos, where Thanos is so versed in fighting. The Hulk is like
Right.
brute strength, like totally like just slashing, very chaotic, which would be Kate's fight style. Whereas Sarah would be measured and let Kate wear herself down before she just, took some decisive blows. And they would be like very specific targeted blows.
Jason in chat says Kate would take every chem for 2 minutes of carnage. would we allow Kate to go?
Even if we
Junkies
didn't,
build?
she probably would have it snuck somewhere. Like she'd just be
Right,
popping.
Would Kate go junkies build on Sarah Lyons? And
Would
pull
Sarah
this out?
Lyons go bloodied build?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? All right. So what's the official tally here? We got 1, 2, 3 for Sarah. I've seen. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for Kate.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jason. I think in a life or death situation, Kate's like, give me that jet.
Yeah, she's like, please.
Yeah. I think it looks like Kate is winning. Kate is going to win this.
I'll be damned.
Should we call it? We're
Wow.
calling it.
Who
I think so.
who would have thought? Because we're talking some pretty OP people, and Kate wins.
Yeah. I like Kate. I think she's cute.
It's insane.
Yeah. All right. So let's call it. The winner of our first official Fallout Hub summer. What are we calling this? Summer
special.
Special
S.P.E.C.I.A.L.
Smackdown.
I feel like the moment we share this on Twitter, we're going to get a lot of angry responses and debating going.
That's great.
Good.
That's great. No publicity is bad
Good.
publicity. All right, Kate is the champion. Congratulations,
Amazing.
Kate. You have survived
Wow.
To fight another day.
to fight another day. Good job.
It's amazing. This is an amazing time we all live in.
Who knew? Who knew? I wouldn't have guessed that from the beginning, but congratulations. I would be interesting if we were to randomize this again to see how this would come out.
Now, Knight Redcliffe
See, this is-
brought in a good point. Joshua Graham bringing him in would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think so,
Augustus
too.
Autumn would be interesting.
Yeah, we could work out some of the weaker contenders, maybe bring in some others, and then re-randomize it. And
The featherweight league.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also think it would be interesting to do a who would win, not just in a debate, but like who mentally would win, right? Like not in a physical combat, but like
That's another good
who would
one, too.
outsmart the other team, like each other. Given
I
a
heard Arthur
situation where you
Maxson-
can't physically attack each other, who would win, like based on smarts? I guess if we could define it like that.
Get who has the higher int, you know?
Yeah. All right, guys.
Well,
Well-
that is the game.
That's the
That's
game.
the game.
Congratulations to Kate, our winner. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on Twitch and for tuning in every week on the Fallout Hub. We have some very cool stuff
And-
coming up in the future that we can't talk about yet. So stay tuned for that. Ken?
Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, we will be making...
Tomorrow being Thursday.
Yes. Tomorrow,
the 30th.
Thursday, the 30th, we will be making an announcement. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned. All right, friends. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hi, everybody.
Goodbye,
Thanks for being here in chat. And goodbye, everybody. We will be back again next week, probably on our regular Tuesday.
Our regular
On
stream time.
Tuesday.
On our Tuesdays.
Tuesday.
Tuesdays, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Chad Fallout 76 podcast Twitch channel. You can tune in every week and check out our stuff. Guys, how can people get a hold of you? Ken?
You can find me at FChad Fallout 76podcast.com and FChad76 on Twitter, I believe. Yeah. You can find me places. I'll be out there.
Just search stuff.
Yeah, just step outside and
Look in the show notes. Just
Yes.
look in the show notes.
throw a signal flare up.
Yeah. Dave?
Don't find me. I don't want to hear any of your enclave rallying support. That's not what I need after today. But you can also follow me on Twitter at Dave CHAFINZ, and I'll be posting some projects and stuff that I've got going on in the background with that. And don't forget to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram and other social media. I think just Twitter and Instagram at the Fallout Hub. And catch us live, catch us on your favorite podcast services, so on and so forth.
Mhm.
That's
And if
right.
people want to send you angry letters, what's your address?
Okay, my address is 123 Mothman Street.
Battle Creek, Michigan. Send in those cereal box tops, kids.
Yes.
Awesome. And you guys know how to get a hold of me. Just search Robots Radio anything, and you'll find me on stuff. So Robots Radio Twitter, Robots Radio, whatever. You'll find it. robotsradio.net for the shows.
Also
And-
send out a
and if you-
signal flare.
I also send out a signal flare. And you know what? If you are interested in some of the other shows that we do, or all the other shows on the network, we've got like 22 other shows on the network at this point. Go
Wow.
to robotsradio.net or go to the Robots Radio Discord and just look at the list of show channels, and you'll see a bunch of shows about some really cool stuff, including video games and movies and all sorts of things. So go check that out. We don't let just anybody into the network. They're all great
Quality
creators with great
shows.
content. Quality shows. That's what we do. So go check that out. I'm sure you'll find some other things that you can listen to and you will enjoy. So thank you everybody for tuning in this week. And until next week, I guess the lesson here is bring a shank and some extra drugs if you're going to be in a pit fight.
That's the lesson. That's
That's the
going to go.
lesson.
That'll be on a t-shirt as well.
Key to life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And also until next week, what was the Nick quote? Something about keep typing. Hey, lady.
Hey, sugar.
Hey, sugar.
Keep
Keep typing. All right, guys.
Don Draper.
See you later.
Yeah, we're clear.